If you've ever been curious to know what the thought process is behind styling an interior, stick around and find out. My name is Lisa Santaki. I'm a designer and interior stylist. And if interior design and decor are your thing, hit that subscribe button and follow along. In this episode, I'm going to be taking you through one of my client projects and showing you exactly how I style a space to get a curated and cohesive look to have that timeless, elegant interior. Let's get into it. This particular project was a basement renovation. They wanted to have a full family suite in this space. It is a full walkout basement, so there is a lot of natural light that comes into the space. The idea was to have a full eat-in kitchen with an island, a little desk area, and storage off of the kitchen, a laundry area, bedrooms, family room, you name it. It's a full living suite. The idea behind the kitchen was to have a very clean, minimalistic look and feel. We wanted to go with a very clean aesthetic for the space. Slab cabinet fronts. We wanted to emphasize the veining in the stone hood facade, the stone backsplash, and the stone on the waterfall island. And we wanted to have almost like a tonal look and feel to the space. We achieved this by going with a lighter wood tone on the cabinetry and matching that up with the lighter wood tone in the flooring. We paired this with black accents. So we went with black plumbing. We went with black detailing on the pendant lights above the island. And we went with black hardware on the cabinetry. The black hardware really creates a statement in the space. The overall look and feel without the black hardware is very soft and serene. There's not much going on. So the black adds that extra punch into the space. The pendant lighting above the island also has this warm brass tone to it, so it does add a little bit of warmth into the space. Now, when I am styling an interior, I always try to get a picture of the space before I go out and start purchasing items to bring into the space to style it. So I had reached out to my client a few weeks prior to going in to photograph the space. And I said, hey, do you mind sending me a picture of the space as is now? And with that, I was able to kind of pinpoint what I wanted to do for the space. I had that image in my mind, and then I kind of just set out, went to the store, and once I was there, I knew exactly what I wanted to emphasize. So as I was browsing around, I came across these bar stools, and I swear to you, they were the perfect fit. They had this gorgeous fabric on them that just kind of softened the look and feel of the space. So if you consider the overall look of the space without anything in it, it's a lot of hard finishes, a lot of smooth finishes, not a lot of movement going on with different door styles. It's very just hard and straight, very minimalist. So in order to soften this and give it that timeless aesthetic, something that's a little bit more luxe, adding these bar stools in was the perfect touch. They're beautiful fabric. They're white. They're in that creamy white, so they still have that light and airy feel, but then they had that bold black wood detailing that just added that extra punch that was going to tie in with the black hardware, that black plumbing, and the lights over the island. It was just enough of a punch to give the space that wow factor. Chef's kiss. Next, I wanted to add floral into the space. I got a ton of florals, some books, and I think we're ready. And style it with a large oversized vase with floral. This looks incredible in photography. Would I use this every single day on the island? Probably not. Would I use it for a function if I was entertaining? Probably. So, I mean, with styling, you always have to think about everyday living and then also entertaining. And when it comes to interiors, how the overall styling and aesthetic is going to translate in a photograph. So this particular scenario, I was considering shooting the space, getting some really bold and beautiful photographs, and a large oversized vase on the island was going to do it. I loved these dried floral stems. I loved the tone on tone. Remember, the whole space is very tonal. I'm really big on creating interiors that have a very tonal palette, but use a lot of texture play. So by incorporating these dried florals in this soft neutral tone and this oversized vase in this beautiful textural finish, it added something without taking anything away. It was another layer to the space, another visual impact in the space that wasn't kind of fighting with anything else. This beautiful artwork that worked with the space. Again, it flows with the interior. It wasn't fighting with anything. It was soft and subtle. It was something that I had on hand from an artist that I absolutely love. She's a Canadian artist. She does these gorgeous paintings, and I had to include it in the space. I have Shannon's art up. Shannon, I love your stuff. It's so perfect. So I found a frame that it would fit in, a nice, simple, minimalistic black frame, works perfectly to style the shelf. And I paired that with a few little smaller decor items that were gonna complement the space and complement the other items in the space. Another thing I absolutely love doing is mixing woods in my spaces. I decided to bring in a little bit more of a warm wood into the space. I know that I wanted to play up on a little bit more of the warmth and bring that out in the palette when photographing the space. So this simple, long and slender wood piece, when I was selecting this item, I immediately thought of styling it with pears. I just had a vision. I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly what would look good in the space. So I went out and got some pears. I knew that it was gonna look absolutely incredible with pears. Guys, I have lights off because the lighting ruins the photos and interior shots. It's too much color correcting after the fact. So lights off, shoot raw, and edit it after it. That's my formula. But turned out so pretty. This is a basement. It was a basement renovation. I'll show you guys the before and after I had it. It was just
studs and concrete. So nice. Okay, that's enough admiring. Now it's time to get some good photos. Can't wait to show you guys more.
When you're styling a space, you need to consider all things in the space, and you need to think about how you want the space to feel and look once the styling is complete. What areas you'd like to emphasize, what colors you'd like to enhance, and what things you'd like to play up on. I think adding any kind of textural and tonal colors into an interior just adds that layer, that texture, and the wow factor that we're looking for. It makes the space feel cohesive and finished. So I knew when I was considering the styling of the space and the photography of the space that I really wanted to soften the look and feel of the space. I didn't want it to feel like all hard finishes and very cold and just very clean and kitcheny. I wanted it to feel a little bit more warm and welcoming. And I achieved this look by using softer fabrics, textural items, things like dried florals, incorporating art, wood, adding a few different layers, textures, and warmer tones into the space really completed the look. It gave the space a finished, lived in, and timeless aesthetic. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you'd like to see more content like this, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching.